Training and exercise. Isometric training. The aims of this podcast are to define the term isometric training and to help your understanding by giving some relevant examples. Isometric training is a form of training that involves isometric contractions. An isometric contraction occurs when tension happens but there's absolutely no change in the length of the muscle. The best way to see an isometric contraction is when you push really hard against a wall. You'll feel that there's some tension, but you'll see absolutely no movement in your muscles or your limbs. So where does isometric training happen? Well, it can happen when you're pushing or pulling a very heavy object. You won't be able to lift that object or move that object, but the way that you push it and you pull it means that there is some isometric contractions in your muscles. If you hold a weight out in front of you, so you've got your arms dead still right out in front of you, your muscles are isometrically contracting whilst holding that weight out in front. When you do a press up, there's isometric contractions right at the very top and the very bottom of the press up, and the same is true of the bench press. You'll have some isometric contractions at the very top and the very bottom of that movement. There are a number of advantages for isometric training. It can be very quick. It doesn't necessarily hurt. Sometimes it doesn't need equipment, and it's something that you can do absolutely anywhere. But there are disadvantages. The strength is very specific, and you find that blood pressure rises, and that can cause its own problems. So isometric training is where you have isometric contractions, and these happen when tension occurs, but there is no change in the length of the muscle.